Welcome to The American Dream, a real show, not a reality show, about real estate, lifestyles, and culture. And today, we're taking you to the great state of Florida. We're taking you across town, showing you what makes this part of the country so beautiful and why so many people are moving there. I'm your host, Craig Sewing. Let's start The American Dream right now.
Welcome to beautiful Fort Walton Beach, Florida, located here on the Emerald Coast of Florida. We're going to be your hosts for today's show. My name's Steve Philpott.
And I'm Tammy Philpott.
We're going to show you a few places here in Fort Walton Beach that showcase why it's such an amazing place to live. First place we're going to go, the beautiful golf area located right here on the beach. Let's go.
What makes Fort Walton Beach one of the very best places to live in the whole wide world?
Tammy, the list is endless. We have the beautiful beaches. We have lots of fun. We have over 300 days a year of sunshine. We have the best schools. We have the best restaurants. We have the best fishing. We have the best golf. Should I continue?
Yes.
Okay. It's just, there's no better place than Fort Walton Beach, Florida to live and visit.
So you're not originally from Fort Walton Beach?
Correct.
So why do you like to live here?
We chose this area. We visited here over 40 years ago, and it's just the best place to raise a family. The schools are in the top 5 in the entire state of Florida. The weather is immaculate year-round, right? And there's so many things to do outdoors. Outdoors, you have fishing, you have biking, you have walking, you have running, you have eating, you have drinking. It's fantastic.
What would be engaging about a young professional's career for them to move here?
You know, a young professional needs a variety of things. One of the key components is doing stuff outside. Kayaking, biking, surfing, running, softball, kickball, etc. It's a huge outdoor area. We have over 50 parks within 10 miles of Fort Walton Beach. We have activities, we have the restaurants. It's a great place after someone graduates from high school or college to not only work hard, play hard at the same time.
Sounds like these guys agree with you.
This is they're like this every day. Every day, the Dolphins are jumping for joy because they get to live in Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us at the Golf Area. What an amazing place and such a cool spot.
It is.
We're super excited to show you another thing that's very near and dear to our heart, one of the local museums here, the Armament Museum for the Air Force. Come along with us, let's go check it out. So what kind of advice do you have for military families that are moving to this area, that are PCSing in?
Some advice that I would give some military families that are moving into this area is really kind of get to know the area that you're going to be moving into. We have so many different communities and areas in here that kind of specialize. If you're wanting to really be close to the beach, then let's find something that's close to the beach for you. If you are looking for something a little more outdoorsy, we have that as well. So, and also price point kind of helps that as well when you're looking for a house here.
Tell me a little bit about the history of the military here in Fort Walton Beach.
It actually starts back in 1935. That's when Eglin first got here to this area.
Wow.
1935, 1942 is when Herbert Field got to the area, Special Operations Command. So with that, we have had just a massive amount of growth in our area over the years with Navy, Army, Marines, Air Force, and even Coast Guard in our area. So all 5 branches of the military are literally here right on the Emerald Coast.
Tell me a little bit about the strength of the military and the support that they give here in the Fort Walton Beach area for the military families.
It's top notch. From the local police, local fire. One thing about our area and our bases here, they do deploy a lot. And deployments can be hard on families with children, even with the spouses being left behind. And our area does a lot of support with that. And I think they do a second to none job here with that.
We hope that you really enjoyed our episode today. We love showcasing our beautiful home here in Fort Walton Beach. We hope that you join us on the next episode. Don't forget, life is short. By the beach.
Hello and welcome to American Dream TV in Pensacola, Florida. I am your host, Nathan McIntosh. When people think of Pensacola, Florida, they probably think of white sandy beaches, enjoying the beautiful waters of the Gulf of Mexico, and relaxing in the sun. And while all that is amazing, if you have not had the opportunity to visit downtown Pensacola, you've got to come check it out. We're standing outside my friend's coffee shop, Baker's Coffee, located in one of the best corners of downtown Pensacola. Let's go talk to him and see what it's like owning a business in downtown Pensacola. So I've got Caleb here, and Caleb is the owner of Maker's Coffee. So Caleb, tell us what it's like owning a business in downtown Pensacola.
It's been really cool. I mean, who would have thought, 10, 15 years ago that downtown Pensacola would be what it is now? Growing up here, nobody came down here. Everybody was thinking about, when I get out of high school, I'm gonna move away, go to college, and stay away and move to somewhere else, like a bigger city. But now it's like we have this massive influx of people moving back. I was just kind of fortunate to be here, right place, right time, to be able to start our coffee shop.
How did you end up in this location here?
Yeah, it was just kind of through mutual connections, really. I mean, luckily growing up here, you just get to meet a lot of people, and I was doing some other work. But then the dream of a coffee shop was just kind of always there, because my wife and I kind of drew from was anytime you go to a new city, like the first thing you do in that new city is go to a coffee shop that morning. Right. So that was always fun, and we're like, what if we could create a place that this is their first, experience in downtown Pensacola.
Well, hey Caleb, I thank you so much for your time and for talking to us this morning. It's been great drinking the coffee here at Maker's Coffee. So after you've had your cup of coffee in the morning and you've ran to a few appointments, it's always nice to sit down and grab a nice bite to eat for lunch. So we're gonna go down and see one of my favorite restaurants down on the water, Jocko's Bayside Bar and Grill. And we're gonna go meet one of my friends and business associates, Nate Fain. He's a mortgage loan officer with U Mortgage. Let's go check it out. All right guys, we are now down at Palafox Wharf at one of my favorite restaurants, Jocko's Bayside Bar and Grill. And here next to me, we have one of my great friends and business associates, Nate Fain. He is a mortgage loan officer with U Mortgage. Great name, by the way, I love it.
It's
one
the
of the
best.
best. Yep. So how did you get your start in the mortgage business here in Pensacola?
So I graduated college and I went directly into finance, and then I became interested in mortgage because it allows me this opportunity where I can be involved in the real estate community, in the real estate industry, and also make some kind of local impact.
Where did you grow up and how did you end up in Pensacola?
So I'm originally from a small town just outside of Lexington, Kentucky. Like you, I moved here after my wife convinced me to move down here. I love the weather, I love the beach, the food is killer, and so it was a pretty easy decision for me. What's really been cool too is seeing how much Pensacola has transformed in the last 12 years that I've been down here. Just going down Palafox like we're here now, I remember when it looked completely different.
It definitely has been an amazing transition down here in Pensacola. What are some products and services that you offer to people that are buying along the Gulf Coast?
So one of the challenging things about working in this market is we've got such a diverse amount of people that have such complicated real estate needs. You've got people that are buying beach homes that are second homes. You've got people that are over at the Navy base and they're only going to be here for a couple of years. Then you've got people like me who they're wanting to start a family and establish roots here. So we have to have a product base that will serve all those people.
And it's exciting to get to be a part of everybody's journey here at the Gulf Coast, whether they're moving here, relocating, or just buying a vacation property here. It's awesome to be a part of that journey for them. So I want to thank you so much for spending time with us today, and it's been great having you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me today in our experience in downtown Pensacola, a place rich in business, culture, and opportunity. We'll see you on the next episode of American Dream TV right here in Pensacola, Florida.
Hi, welcome to American Dream. I am Coastal Christy, and I'm going to show you guys why many people vacation here along the 32 miles of sugar white sands of Alabama. I'm also going to share with you the fabulous restaurant Cobalt and the restaurateur Brian Harsany, and how he and his family have grown their restaurant business here along the Orange Beach, Alabama. Come on, let's go take a look. Good morning, Brian. Thanks for joining us this morning. I wanted to share with people about your restaurant group. What made you pick beautiful Orange Beach, Alabama to start your restaurants?
Well, I was fortunate I got an opportunity to come down here and open and run a restaurant for somebody else. And then when I stepped out on my own, things just continued to grow. My first goal was to get back to home in Tallahassee, and this quickly became home, and that vanished. And then so we planted deep roots here. So that's how that all occurred. Through the years, because we've been successful, we realize it's because of the support that we've gotten from the community. So whenever the city or somebody has an individual need, we always try to step up to the plate. And we feel that if we do that, other people will do that. And this area is so giving. And if somebody is in a need, they don't have to wait too long for a lot of people to lend a helping hand.
How many restaurants do you have now?
We have 5 restaurants, and we also have a catering company as well as a banquet hall and a retail store.
And what are the names of your restaurants and what makes them special?
Well, the first restaurant is Cosmos. It was named after the first dog we adopted with our son when he was very young. Then we opened up the retail store, which is called Maggie's, which was our second dog that we adopted. The third one was Cobalt, where we are today, and that's named after the cobalt blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico. This one features, raw oysters, baked oysters, char-grilled oysters, and then a full menu made from scratch, including pizzas made in a wood-stone pizza oven. Then we built a building and then opened up Buzzcat's Coffee and Sweets. And then we opened up Luna's Eat and Drink, which is named after our third dog. And then we have Magnolia Hall, which is our banquet facility. That was done in 2016. 2017, we opened up GT's on the Bay, which stands for Good Times on the Bay. It's a very family-forward restaurant, casual, very high energy vibe, playground outside for the children, beautiful pier to walk out and take in the water views. But it was very important to me to create that family vibe, but still have that corporate structure. And I think, Jack and I, who is the corporate chef, worked together since April of 1996. So
That's right.
we're quite some, almost 28 years now. You never want somebody to be able to look back and say, I've done well in my career, but I've missed out so much on the family. So it's finding that balance of doing a great job at the restaurant, but also having family time.
So you have created a lifestyle where most restaurateurs don't have that extra lifestyle to enjoy this beautiful coast we live on.
Why live here if you can't enjoy it?
So Brian, as you've built your restaurant group, what do you enjoy most about living on the Gulf Coast?
I would say inshore fishing, getting out there and finding structure and trying to locate where the fish are, and then provoke them to strike my bait that I'm trying to get them on the line with, and I just like dock fishing, and then fallen trees, or are they underwater on a structure. A lot of people like deep sea fishing, and you do catch the large fish, but I prefer really being like a tactician and trying to decipher where they are. Every night we not only have beautiful boats going in or going out, but we have a tremendous sunset, that for everybody to enjoy every day, and then say goodbye to that day and to hello to the evening and the subsequent day coming.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Brian, for your time, and really enjoyed visiting with you and learning why you love the Alabama Gulf Coast just as much as I do.
Well, thank you for having me.
Hey y'all, welcome to the American Dream on the Gulf Coast. I'm your host, Lee McPherson of Remax of Orange Beach, and we're here today at Zeke's Landing Marina. You probably know all about Orange Beach's sugar white sand beaches. But I bet you didn't know that Orange Beach is also famous for its charter fishing. We're going to go down to the dock and chat up some of the captains and mates and get the real story on saltwater fishing. We're on the dock now, and I'm headed to introduce you to one of our captains here at Zeke's Landing, and he's going to tell us more about fishing. This is Captain Josh Leslie, owner and head captain for Getaway Charters. We're going to go up and have a chat, and he'll tell us more about fishing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Josh, tell us a little bit about, since fishing is a dream for everybody, how did you get started in the business? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me. I definitely am living the dream. My granddaddy once said, figure out what your passion is and then find a way to make money doing it. And I graduated from college. I decided to take a chance, and I moved down here to become a deckhand on a boat. Landed a job 2 months before the oil spill. Not the best of timing, but I stuck it out, managed through that, and I'm 13 years now into my one-year plan. And now owner-operator of Getaway Charters, which has been established since 1995. We're 28 years running in the business. We've got a very high percentage return customer base, so that lets us know we're doing something right. We're proud of that. And we offer 2 46-foot Hatter sport fishers for charter, and I would consider them to be an above average charter. We've got a great crew of captains and deckhands that take the time to coach and train people that fish with us on how to be more successful catching fish in the short amount of time that we have you with us.
What can I expect if I book a trip I've never fished before?
Well, what you could expect is friendly captains and deckhands that will treat you like family, bring you on the boat. We always do a safety briefing in the morning, and then we go over plans of really what each customer is expecting to get out of the trip. We promote catch and release. If you're not interested in keeping any fish, some a little bit or not at all, we'll do that. We don't mind keeping them, but also like to release fish, let them grow. I would rather have a boat full of inexperienced anglers than a group of experienced anglers.
What's one of the most surprising or interesting fishing stories you've got?
Well, there's been several, and a lot of them are kind of centered around sharks. We do have a lot of sharks in the area. The one situation that happened on is one of our other boats. We had a crew that hooked up to a very large bull shark. The fish took off away from the boat, the line went slack. We thought the shark got off. Little did they know that shark made a U-turn and was coming right back at the boat. And the deckhand had taken the rod from the angler and then felt a bump and a noise underneath the boat. And it was actually the bull shark was in the running gear.
Oh,
of course,
wow.
We didn't believe them when they told us the story until we pulled the boat out of the water at the end of the year in the fall to do yearly maintenance. And there was evident teeth marks in the running gear and the shaft of the boat.
Typically, though, what can you expect to catch on a fishing trip?
We offer a wide range of trips, from a 4-hour trolling trip near shore to about 6 to 8 miles offshore, targeting Spanish mackerel, king mackerel, bonita, redfish seasonally in the fall, winter, early spring, maybe jack crevalle, and then again saltwater fishing. You never know what you might catch. We pride ourselves in having top of the line tackle on the boat. We've got very nice, comfortable boats. Got nice salon inside, couches, comfortable seating inside and outside on the back deck, air-conditioned cabin, full bathroom. That's a very popular feature, and it's necessary for a charter, especially when you have mama and the kids coming with you, and they appreciate that very much. So very comfortable boats.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Josh. Thank you. This is Captain Josh with Getaway Charters here in Orange Beach at Zeke's Landing, helping us out here at the American Dream.
Thank you for having me.
Isn't today a wonderful day for fun and fishing? We want to thank Captain Josh with Getaway Charters here at Zeke's Landing Marina in Orange Beach for giving us all the ins and outs of charter fishing on the Gulf Coast. And we want to thank you for joining us on the American Dream. This is Lee McPherson, your host, saying goodbye. Until next time.
I'm Jenna Citron, co-principal of Team Citron at Compass. I can't wait to show you why I love my city. Welcome to the American Dream, selling Miami. Miami definitely has its own unique sense of style. I'm so excited to be here today with one of the biggest influences on the city's fashion. My friend and owner of Jenna White here in South Miami, Jenna White Kaplan. Let's take a look inside. So before we get shopping, I'm hoping we can chat a little bit about Miami fashion.
We can definitely do that.
Jenna Waite's my favorite store, no secret. What makes your store so unique?
So what's so different about this store than any other store is that we really try to go out there and scout the coolest upcoming designers. We really try to buy very, very deep into the collections and make sure that instead of getting to see a little part of something, you get to see the whole of it.
Why did you choose South Miami?
Well, South Miami for me is like home. So you kind of come here to shop, to find cool little gems, and this neighborhood is a gem. You get the coolest restaurants, shops, and people kind of. You get a mix of a neighborhood feel with a little bit of city in it.
And it's true, you get everything that you could ask for. It's no secret how many people have moved here in the past few years from out of state.
A lot.
How has Miami style evolved in this time?
So Miami really is a melting pot. We have people coming from New York, LA, Tennessee, South America, Europe, all over the place. So everyone's kind of brought their style here, but it's kind of been my job to evolve that for them. You know, Miami is a place where you're going to be with your kids during the day or at work during the day, and then at night you never know what's going to happen. You can end up at a great dinner or an event. There's always something going on. So it's kind of that juxtaposition of dressing someone from day to night, making them have something a little fun on, mixed with a denim piece, and just kind of going with the flow and not ever looking so done.
Yeah, so with that in mind, let's go find me something for tonight.
Oh, that'll be easy. Come on.
So I just drove 5 minutes straight down Sunset Drive, and I'm here now in the beautiful island-gated community of Coco Plum. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Miami, and we're here at 7239 East Lago Drive. This is a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, multi-level home with 4,400 square feet of living space. I can't wait to show you inside. It perfectly blends modern architecture and warm aesthetics. Let's take a look. The true star of this house is, of course, the kitchen. It's been completely redone in recent years. I love the warm, neutral tones, the sleek lines of the design. All the appliances are Viking and Sub-Zero, plus there's 2 dishwashers. Amazing. But my favorite parts of this kitchen are the hidden pantry, the 100-bottle wine cooler, the refrigerator drawers, and the built-in bar. I love this kitchen. Take a look. I love touring this home with you and showing you all the amazing things that South Miami has to offer. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hi, I'm Milton Andrade, and I'm here today to show you about my beautiful city, Miami. They call Miami the Magic City because it's truly a place where people can come and start their lives or start them over. This is such a melting pot. The different languages that you hear, the different people that you see, it truly is an American city where people live the American dream. I've been in Miami a long time, since 1999, and I gotta say, the amount of investment and progress is just, it's outstanding. And this is one of those capital improvements, the Underline. It is a 10-mile-long park here in Brickell that starts at the river and ends all the way down in downtown Dadeland. All the fun spots here in Brickell have been completed, From domino tables to outdoor basketball and soccer, plenty of seating and places to congregate and have a good time. It's all about lifestyle here in Brickell. So I know that Moxie is a Canadian brand from the Eats Hospitality Group that opened here in Miami November 2016, or actually right before the pandemic in 2020. I know that must have been a really, really difficult time. What made you guys choose the Brickell neighborhood here in Miami?
You know, Milton, we chose the Brickell neighborhood well before the pandemic, obviously. It was a project 2 years in the making, maybe beforehand. With any project in Miami, we suffered some drawbacks, some setbacks, a hurricane, and it just landed that we opened on February 7th, 5 weeks before COVID shut us down. It was a bit of a blessing in disguise in the long run, I think. Brickell treated us very well, and when we reopened, we had a ton of regulars that loved us, and it just really helped to make us part of the community.
Well, this place definitely is always a full house, and I was wondering, what do you guys offer that kind of sets you apart from everybody? Because everybody loves to be here, and I've never had one bad meal here, ever. Everything is delicious.
Well, Milton, that's kind of a loaded question. I have to unpack it a little bit, but I would say that the biggest influence on our business has been our people. I mean, we have tremendous staff, about 160 people that go into operations every single day, and they're the ones at the end of the day that make everything happen. We have a menu that's very approachable, prices that are approachable. We just really fit a niche kind of market here. We have the sports bar feel, but we have the upscale, casual restaurant. You can come as you are, dressed up, dressed down. And it's a place you really go at the end of the day twice a week instead of twice a year. So it's been a competitive advantage for us.
Definitely. Well, you know, Brickell is the Manhattan of Miami. And that's one of the things that when I'm in Manhattan, you know that people don't usually go home. They always go and they get a nightcap. They go to the bar, they go to their local watering hole. And I feel like this place has kind of really grown into that for a lot of those New York transplants that now make up a huge, vast majority of the people that are currently in Brickell. So I think that's fantastic. Tell me a little bit about the expansion plans that you guys have, because this is definitely a winning formula.
So later in the year, we're going to be opening in Scottsdale, Arizona. Brand new market for us. We've never been that far west in the country, right in the center of Fashion Square Mall. So we're super excited about that project as well. But that's later on in the year.
Awesome. Well, really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks. Thanks for joining us again on a tour of my beautiful city, Miami, the Magic City, and I look forward to seeing you on our next ride.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream TV. We showed you Florida. Don't forget, you can also follow us on social media, positive media for a change when the world really needs it. We hope you enjoyed these stories about real estate, lifestyles, and culture. We'll see you next time. Cheers to your American dream.